Welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is January 3rd, 2017, and that means day 3 of the 3DP 365 project. On today's episode, we're going to show you how I printed out Baby Groot, so stick around. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for day 3 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, please check out episode 1 where I put all the details down in the description. But for today's episode, we're going to check out this cool Baby Groot model. If you're a member of the Facebook group called 3D Printing, you probably saw this post about the Baby Groot model. And the artist, who is so talented, was very gracious enough to share this with everybody. And he did say we could share it with everybody else too, so I'm going to put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And I really have to thank him. I can't pronounce his name because I don't speak Russian, but I'm really thankful he made this free to everybody. This model is amazing. There's such good detail on it. I just had to print this. So let's head over to the computer and I'll show you how to download this model. I'll show you my settings in Simplify 3D, and then I'll show you the time-lapse where I print this using MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of gold on my gMax 1.5 XT+. Okay, so here we are on the computer, and here is the page where you can actually download the model. Now, when you open up the link that I provide for you, it may take you to this page. What you'll need to do is hit on Free Downloads, and then click 3D Printable Models, and here's where you'll find your Baby Groot model, and it's easy to download. And just make sure you join the users group over on Facebook called 3D Printing, and post pictures of your model so you can get the new facial expressions that he's going to make available. I've already downloaded the model and I have it over here in Simplify 3D, so let's head over to Simplify 3D. Here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped both models down on the print bed because it does come in 2 pieces, and I have a gMax 1.5 XT+, and I have plenty of room to print this out. Now we're only going to print this out at 100% because there's a lot of detail, and I am going to print this out at 0.16mm layer height, so let's check out my process settings. Again, under layer height, 0.16mm, we have 5 top solid layers and 3 bottom solid layers, and 3 shells. We're going to run a traditional skirt at 12mm from the object with 4 outlines. We're not going to use a brim on this. For infill, we're going to use 20%. We're not going to use any support material because I don't believe the model needs it, and I believe the gMax 1.5 XT+ can handle this model no problem. Under temperature, we're setting it up at 205, and I'm running MatterHackers PRO PLA, so that's a standard temperature for their filament. For cooling, I used my usual 3-stage cooling. Under speed, I only ran the model out at 35mm per second because I wanted to make sure all that detail was held. So we'll just hit OK here. Now this is a very long process to slice this model, but I'll show it to you in real time. And the reason why this is taking so long is because of the high definition model that was included in the download. Now normally most printers probably wouldn't be able to capture a lot of this detail, but I know my gMax and I know it'll capture most of this. One of the other features for this model is the supplied brim for the head part, and that's very cool, so you don't have to determine what you're going to need to keep this model from falling over. And it does have a very thin neck here, so it could fall over. So that was really cool of the artist to include that. Well, I think we're about ready here. It should be previewing. And there it is. And we'll put this at full speed and we'll show you how it plays through. As you can see, both arms will join the body. And I don't believe I'm going to need any support because this is a gMax printer and I think it can handle this no problem. And that brim will come in handy because that's a pretty good sized head on the top of this very short post. We'll drag this to the end here so you can see how it prints out. And that about wraps it up for my Simplify 3D settings for the Baby Groot model. Now let's head over to the time-lapse camera and I'll show you how it printed, and I'll meet you back over at the workbench. All right, that was pretty cool. And these came out amazing. I can't tell you how much I love this little model. I did print this at 0.16 millimeter layer height, and it did take about 3 hours longer than Simplify 3D said. But I printed them both at the same time, that way I'd have both pieces ready at the same time. And from my understanding, this brim comes off pretty easy. I hope I don't have to get out some sort of cutting device to cut this off, because I don't want to ruin the model. But for now, let's see if we can get this brim off. It popped right off. That was awesome. That was awesome. So we got a little piece of flashing here. We'll pop that off. And it should be able to slide right in. Let's get this up so you guys can see this. Now that is really cool. I really want to thank the artist for posting this out for everybody to print. And I'll post my pictures up so I can get some of the different facial expressions too. But for now, I really love Baby Groot. He is really cool. And I'll put some close-ups in at the end so you can really see him. But this guy turned out awesome. And the MatterHackers PRO PLA in gold really looks cool. I have a little golden Baby Groot. And of course my gMax printer handled this like a champ. I didn't have any problems with this model at all. It printed perfectly. So there we go. We have a golden Baby Groot. Again, I really want to thank the artist for posting this. I'll give you full credit in the description, and I'll put a link to the Facebook group so people can join up and they can download the model and print it themselves. So thank you for joining me here on day 3 of the 3DP 365 project. I really love this print and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment and like on those videos, and join me again tomorrow for the next episode of the 3DP 365 project. This guy turned out really cool. I don't even think I'm going to paint him. I think I'm going to leave him just like this. Baby Groot. Golden Baby Groot.